think what he did in Epsom showed great toughness. Everybody, thought, oh, it's easy to turn up now and do the double.
Harzand is digging deep for Pat Smullen. He's going to win the derby.
I'd say there was a lot of relief in that punch of the air.
Placings with Idaho pushed him all the way.
Pat won 2 Irish derbies, but I think Harzand probably would have to be the one that stood out the most, because he also won the Epsom Derby on him, so he's very, very special to him. Pat headed off to the airport, rang me from the airport, said, "Don't think I'll be getting on this plane." The horses after pulling a shoe coming off the plane over in Epsom. Even then in the parade ring, Pat was told, look, if he doesn't feel right going to the start, just pull him out.
Is Idaho. Harzand comes next. Towards the outside piece of this US Army Ranger.
Thankfully he got to load up and the race went absolutely perfectly for him.
Harzand, US Army Ranger, has got to the leader's guard, but has still got to get by. And Harzand is pulling out more. And it's Harzand in the colours of the Army card, who has won the Investment Derby.
Pat sat into a taxi with Pat Healy, I think it was, and Pat turned around to him and he said, geez Pat, we're hardly going to make this flight. And my Pat said to Pat Healy, he said, I don't care, I'll float home. And to get him back, that was a massive training performance. To get him back to the Irish Derby, that was amazing really.
They're off and running in the Dubai duty-free Irish Derby, and on the breakaway.
Because I watched the Epsom Derby with them, the kids were excited to go because they realised how important that was. So they were delighted to have been there as well.
Listen, Harzand looming up on the outside now to go to the front, being followed then by Idaho in 4th.
In those big races, I think when you're on the best horse, I think it was always a case of trying to keep it simple. Coming up to the winning post, we would have been all pretty animated. I remember Hannah started crying, and the other 2 kids were delighted. Yes, so it was great.
Harzand is digging deep for Pat Smullen. He's going to win the derby. Harzand scores for His Highness the Aga Khan and Dermot Well,
I remember Pat was delighted that the Aga Khan was there for the win. There was just a huge atmosphere. Everybody was delighted. It was, I think everybody was delighted for Dermot and for Pat to have a local winner. For weeks afterwards, they had banners up after the Epsom Derby. So they had banners up in the village. You couldn't come into the village or leave the village without seeing a big banner of Pat winning. And I think the kids were starting to get mortified after a few weeks.